Good morning, GPM. Welcome to another day of April devotion. Today we're taking a break on the Gospel of John. We're going into Leviticus chapter 25. Leviticus chapter 25 outlines a very special, very unique custom in the Jewish calendar. It's called the year of Jubilee. Every seventh year, you are supposed to rest and not work for that year. And every 7 by 7 for 49 year, on the 50th year, you would have the year of Jubilee, where the owners would have to return the possessions, slaves, land, the houses, and things like that, back to the original owner. So the idea is that God wanted His people to always be taken care of, that everybody would always start back from where they were from. And to be remembered that they came from nothing out of Israel into the land, or out of Egypt into the land of Canaan. But what I want to point to you guys to do today is this. So the year of Jubilee, if you were to work 6 years and on the 7th do no work, your initial question is going to be, how will I live on the 7th year? And that seemed to be the case for a lot of the Jewish people then too, because verse 18 it says, "Therefore you shall keep my statutes and keep my rules and perform them." And then verse 20 it says, "And if you say, what shall we eat in the 7th year? We cannot sow or gather our crops." Right? And so on the 7th year, when they were not supposed to do any work, how are the Israelites supposed to do? Verse 21, this is what God says. "I will command my blessing on you in the 6th year, so that it will produce a crop sufficient for 3 years. And when you sow in the 8th, you shall eat some of the old crop. You shall eat until the 9th year when the crop arrives." So I think God really demonstrates we might not be celebrating the year of Jubilee. It's a different time, a different culture, but the principle still remains the same. In this type of pandemic, a lot of people are wondering, a lot of people are scared and anxious. How are we going to pay our rent? How are we going to buy supplies for school? How are we going to do this, do that, XYZ? We have debt, we have bills to pay. But the idea behind all of that is that everything belongs to the Lord, and He will command His blessing. Right? It's not that God just blesses or anything. He commands blessings Himself, so that you will be able to provide not just for the 7th year, but abundantly. Right? So He even says, even on the 8th year, after the year of Jubilee, you will still be eating your old crops. I think as people, as humans, our scope, our view of this world is so limited. We could just see minutes ahead, if not seconds. We're so concerned about what we're gonna eat today, what we're gonna eat tomorrow. That's it. But in the grand scheme of things, God has all of that prepared. He knows all things, and He's going to take care of His children. And so in this type of pandemic right now that we're living, let's not live in fear or anxiety or worry. Let's trust in the Lord. As He says, He will pour out His blessing upon us, so that we will be abundantly fruitful in the years ahead, even after. Not just blessing to get through this pandemic, but the blessing that will go beyond this pandemic into the future as well. So thank you so much for joining us today. I'll see you guys tomorrow for our Sunday service.